What's up, everybody? It's HBT, man. I am live, guys. HBT live here for the Straight Up Wrestling Show, guys. And man, I see 20th Charity Kind Master and CXX 2024 was in the house. Charity was in the house, and Charity, I appreciate you coming in and pretty much, hey, letting us know that you first here. But yeah, this is a late chat, so yes, I understand. You definitely got to go to bed, man. But yeah, I appreciate you coming in. And Charity, just now, I was watching your Bojangles, that Cordell. I was watching that little, that little video that you just had. So I was just watching that just now, and pretty much I just now got off of it. I think I'm about to go back and finish watching it because I think you was about to order your food or whatever. But I seen what time it was, and I decided, hey, I need to get on. But Charity, man, hey, I love you. I love your channel and everything that you're doing on that. And hey, I'm gonna continue to check that out, Charity. All right, Charity, I see that you about to go to sleep, man. Charity got that half moon. But Charity, appreciate you. Definitely appreciate you. But I'm just gonna come in here and I'm gonna talk about NXT a little bit, and I'm gonna talk about a few other things. Charity, Black Rain 7920 says Lash was looking good. Yes, she did, man. Yes, she did. And man, I tell you what, big girl. I ain't gonna really, not big girl, huge girl or whatever, but she's tall. She's tall. She played basketball at Mississippi State, but I mean, she's almost looking. She's close to looking Trick Williams in the eye. I mean, he's definitely taller than her, but hey, with those heels on and everything, she's pretty much close to looking him in the eye. All right, Charity says I'm dizzy and tired. Okay, Charity, get you some rest. Because hey, you be going on the road, you be taking your phone or whatever you be taking, and you be doing videos on the road and everything. I love that. I'm glad your parents let you do all that, and you go into these buildings, and you pretty much tape your adventures and everything. Man, that's pretty cool. I like what you do. I like what you do. All right, Charity. But hey, Black Rain 7920, go over there and check out my man 20th Charity Kind Master CXX 2024. But everybody that comes in, man, definitely go over there and check out Charity Kind Master and CSX 2024. Check out his channel. All right, Charity says, what about NXT WWE Cars Jr.? Hardy's, yeah. Yeah, Hardy's, man. Yeah, Hardy's. Oh, boy, Hardy's great burgers, but yeah, those jokers are pretty expensive. Cars Jr., yeah, that's what they call them up north. Not up north, but on the West Coast. They call Hardy's Cars Jr., and probably bringing some closer to here. And they probably start naming them Carl's Jr. too. The same thing, basically. But Hardy's is it's the same brand, but it's just a different name. But out on the West Coast, back when I was working for them, the Hardy's that we had out in California, they called them Carl's Jr. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try to get into this. Give me just a minute. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna get into this NXT, man. I'm gonna talk about this NXT, and then I'm gonna talk about a few other things out here in the world of professional wrestling. As far as this week go, man, it's been a rough week. I've had a long week doing a lot of different things that pretty much tired, had me real tired, man, doing some yard work. And like I almost have an acre of land. So pretty much to keep myself in shape, I'm pushing a lawnmower instead of doing the riding lawnmower, which I should have done. But hey, man, yeah, I need something to get me back into that cardio shape that I need to get into. Man, but yeah, NXT this past Tuesday, May 28th, 2024, man, it went down pretty good. I'm going to tell you guys what I thought about it, and then we're going to get into a few other things. I'll talk about a few other things before I pretty much turn in, man. But I'm going to start trying to do some of these late nights every now and then, do some of these late night as far as, some of these late night videos or late night lives or whatever. But hey, yeah, let me go ahead and start off. NXT for Tuesday, May 28th, 2024. 2 stars for Sexy Red coming out to talk and reveal the new women's North American title. I didn't care for the interference, though, from Tatum Paxley, which started her match when, it started her match with Min Chen. She came out, Tatum Paxley, and, that match with Min Chen got started. She came out there to interfere about that title. And I said that almost brought the rating down to 1.5 stars about Tatum Paxley coming out and pretty much, interrupting the introduction of that title. It took it down to 1.5 stars, almost took it down to 1.5 stars, but I'll go ahead with the 2 stars, guys. So I'm giving that segment, opening segment, 2 stars. Next, man, we had Tatum Paxley versus Min Chen match. Was good, but I lost focus there for a minute when Jada Parker came out. The match lost some of its glow, but gained it back because both women worked hard and displayed their talents. So I'm giving that 2.5 stars, guys. Next, man, we had Metal 4 backroom confrontation with Gallus. It gets a thumbs up. It was good when they started pointing fingers at Trick Williams, and Last Legend was defending Trick, saying it wasn't him. It wasn't him. And she was going to go and find out if it was him or not. You know, they was pretty much trying to convince Lash Legend that it was him, and Lash was like, no, it's not him. No, it's not him. You know, hey, because she love him, man. Straight up, she love him. All right, next we had Lola Vice, Ariana Grace segment. You know, it gets a big thumbs up, man. That was very good. That Lola Vice, Ariana Grace segment. And Ariana Grace, she's out there talking about, you know, hey, doing her little thing, the way she does it, saying that violence is not worth it. And you know, between her and she talking about between her and who is that? Shayna Baszler, saying, hey, can't we find another way to pretty much settle this, settle your differences? That's what she was pretty much bringing across to Lola Vice. But Lola was like, no. Lola was pretty upset. And she said she's going to take out her frustrations on Ariana Grace. And so that right there, man, you know, that whole segment was really good. I give that a big thumbs up. Next, we have Ridge Holland versus Riley Osborne. I gave that match 2.5 stars. Very good match watched by members of Chase U. So Chase U was checking out the match. Chase U wanted, Andre Chase said, let's go ahead and settle this, settle the differences between you two. Let's settle it in the ring. And Thea Hale, I think Thea Hale, she believes in Ridge Holland, but we all know that she's a big Riley Osborne fan. I mean, she would like to have him as a boyfriend or whatever, but she does believe in Ridge Holland. All right, Braden says, hey, Harry, what's going on, Braden? Braden's in the house, man. What's going on, brother? It's good to see you. But yeah, so that match between Ridge and Riley gets 2 stars. I thought it was a very good match. And like I said, it was watched by the members of Chase U. Ridge didn't really want to wrestle Osborne, but like I said, Andre Chase insisted they settle their differences in the ring. Ridge came out on top and offered his hand to Riley, but Riley walked away. Booker T was down on Ridge Holland for not grabbing the metal stairs when Thea Hale got in the way. Booker said it was all about checks and championships in this business, and being soft isn't going to cut it. All right, man. But yeah, Ridge Holland took that match, and like I said, 2.5 stars. Luke Gallows. Then we had Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson interview, and I gave that a thumbs up, plus a thumbs up for the Oreo Mensah attack. That is, again, a mystery. Now, Oreo Mensah got attacked, and later on, we find out who actually was doing the attacking. But Oreo Mensah did get attacked, guys. And, man, and that's why they thought, Metal 4 was thinking that was Trick Williams that had attacked him and everything. So they was thinking Trick Williams in the last few weeks has been doing the attacking on people like Oreo Mensah and some of the other Metal 4 guys out here. All right, let's see. Okay, so next, man, we had Gallows and Anderson versus Inoki and Blade. I gave that 1.5 stars, guys. And Gallows and Anderson took the match. Yeah, they took the match, and it could have been better, but hey, pretty much Gallows and Anderson, they're those guys' experience showed in that match, and they was able to overcome Inoki and Blade. Like I said, 1.5 stars, but I thought it was a pretty good match, though. I still thought it was a pretty good match. It just wasn't a long match. And then the attack by Axiom and Fraser came in and attacked after the match. It was uncalled for. So I'm giving that a thumbs down, guys. Not many thumbs down on this show, but I'm giving that a thumbs down for that attack from Axiom and Fraser. And I love Axiom and Fraser, 100%, no doubt about that. All right, the Dante Chen video segment and backroom face-off with Lexis King gets a thumbs up. I thought that was very good. Dante Chen, they are presenting him in a very positive light, and they building him up. And I think they're doing a great job at doing that. And Dante Chen, he's pretty much building himself up. All right. Braden says, very good NXT. A lot of surprises. Yes, sir, Braden. Yes, sir. Braden says, Jordan Grace appearance was amazing. Yes, no doubt. No doubt about that. But yeah, Dante Chen gets a thumbs up for his backroom face-off with Lexis King. and that video segment. All right, Trick Williams and Javon Evans backroom talk, joined by Sexy Red, gets 2.5 stars. Basically a C, guys. Basically a thumbs up. Still, I didn't like Sexy Red. I didn't like Sexy Red. That could have brought it down to a C minus. I'm not really into Sexy Red, man. And, when it boils down to it, a lot of the things that she was doing, it just pretty much seemed like they were setting up for a porno. I hate to say that. I really do. All right. Next, man, we had Jordan Grace face off with NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez. That gets a thumbs up. I like that. I love that interaction. And, and Jordan coming over, and Jordan, you can tell she's very happy to be there. Very happy to be there. And anytime, if you think of a fight, any kind of battle or, some sporting event, or when the team or when the person, whoever's in combat, is happy to be there, man, it's usually a positive outcome. It's usually that means that they are going to win. But, hey, I don't know if she's going to actually beat Roxanne Perez right off the bat like that. I'm not sure. But, man, it's going to be fun to watch that match. So I'm going to give it a thumbs up to both competitors. Both of those women was brilliant in that segment. So definitely giving that a thumbs up. Next, man, the Eddie Thorpe video segment was not catching, in my opinion. So I have to give it a thumbs down. It wasn't bad. It wasn't really bad. It just wasn't. It did not get over. It did not break the mold the way I think it should have. It did not set anything off. So I'm giving it a thumbs down. All right. Brain says I gave the Jordan Grace segment an A. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Jordan Grace's appearance was amazing. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. What in the world did I give it? I didn't rate it. But yeah, you can pretty much give it I'd say maybe 4 stars, Braden. And a 4-star could be that could be anywhere from a A minus, a B plus to an A minus. So that's what I'm gonna give it. I give it 4 stars, maybe a little bit higher than 4 stars. Let's say 4.5 stars. 4.5 stars, man, because it was almost perfect when it boils down to it. Braden, I didn't see anything bad there. So and man, I might go 5 stars with that. That was really good, Braden. Very good. Yeah, thumbs down for Eddie Thorpe. Still not a fan of him. I'm not either, Braden. I'm not either. So yeah, I gotta roll with that thumbs down on that too. All right, man. The backroom meeting with Chase U, talking about Ridge and Riley's match, gets 2 stars, man. I'm only gonna give that 2 stars. I don't know why. I thought it was good. I thought it was decent, but it just was very short. And I don't know, Riley, I can understand Riley's point. I really can. But I can understand Ridge too, but I don't trust Ridge. I really don't. So I'm just going to I gave that 2 stars, but it was good though. All right, yeah, basically a perfect segment. I was thinking A plus. Yeah, it can be an A plus, Braden. When I'm thinking about it, and I don't remember any flaws in that. I do not remember any flaws in that segment with between Jordan Grace and Roxanne. Roxanne Perez. That was a very, very good segment, straight up. All right, Lola Vice versus Ariana Grace. Man, look. What? Is that what I gave it? Okay, I said Lola Vice versus Ariana Grace gets 1 star, but it was a good match. Lola talked on the mic after the match, and Shayna Baszler run out, gets a thumbs up. When Shayna Baszler came out, I'm giving that a thumbs up. I said, Lola sounds like a female Razor Ramon, by the way. It had me cracking up. But I gave it 1 star, but it was a good match. It was just very short. And, man, thumbs up to Ariana Grace. She was fighting back. She just didn't have it to take out Lola Vice. She just didn't. Lola Vice pretty much took her down. But it was a very short match. But I got to give it to Ariana. Ariana actually got some moves. The girl can actually wrestle. I really don't pay a lot of attention to her, to tell you the truth, because she's all about being a beauty queen and everything. But she actually has a lot of talent in that ring, and she just played it in that ring against Lola Vice Tuesday night. Man, I was impressed. I was impressed. So yeah, 1 star. All right, next we have Carly Bright video segment and locker room talk when Natalya and crew, interrupted by Izzy, gets 2 stars. It was good, but not great. I enjoyed Carmen's punch straight to Easy's jaw. That was good. That was very good. So I'm gonna give that a thumbs up. But 2 stars, but I give it thumbs up for the whole segment. That 2 stars is not bad, guys. It's just that it just didn't, it wasn't spectacular what was happening, but at the end, man, I mean, Carmen, that punch on Izzy went, man, straight to the jaw. It was a perfect punch. I enjoyed that a lot. But yeah, I give that I'll definitely give that segment a thumbs up. All right, Braden says, I'm just excited over the possibility of getting a TNA versus WWE premium live event. Imagine Speedball Mike Bailey. Yeah, I like Mike Bailey versus Ilya Dragunov. That's a dream match for me. Or Josh Alexander, like Josh Alexander too, versus Gunther. Some good matches. Yeah, Braden, I can see that, man. I can see that happening. That would be really good. That would be really good. All right. Okay. So next we had Charlie Dempsey, Damian Kemp, and Metaphor Backroom segment. Those segments, all those segments, rolled into one. I put 2 together. Charlie Dempsey, Damian Kemp, and Metaphor Backroom segments gets a thumbs up. Gets thumbs up on both of them. So two thumbs up. I gave it 2 thumbs up. So thumbs up for each segment. All right, Lexis King versus Dante Chen. I gave that 2 stars with everything involved. King attacked Chen after losing the match, which gave it a boost. Nice feud. NXT is starting here if they keep it going. So extra thumbs up for that. So yes, I did get into that match a little bit, but hey, it only got 2 stars. That match kind of like flew by a little bit, but I think enough was involved in that match to where you can see where Dante Chen is going. Lexis King is pretty much at a standstill, if you ask me. He is a good wrestler, but I'm looking for progression from him. Maybe he should have went up to Raw or maybe SmackDown or whatever, because he might have, on this level, he may have gotten as far as he can get. Because on the NXT level, it's basically the same as NXT is basically the same as AEW when it boils down to it, if you ask me. So maybe he has peaked at that level and he needs to go up to Raw or SmackDown, because I think he can get better. And it definitely looked like that, because his match with Obafema, I think he dominated that match. He dominated Obafema, in my opinion. So Lexis King is actually better than that. And I think he was pretty much putting Dante Chen over, to tell you the truth. But, man, I expected a little bit more out of Lexis King, to tell you the truth. But, yeah, definitely 2 stars on that match, and a very good match. All right, let's see what we got next. All right, man, Josh Briggs' retrospective was great. A big thumbs up on that. I definitely like that, seeing Josh Briggs, that retrospective that they gave him. Man, a big thumbs up on that. So, yeah, Josh Briggs, I like him a lot. All right, man, Sean the Chairman interview. Then we had Sean the Chairman. This interview segment gets a thumbs up. But what's with this guy, really? Straight up, man. What's up with him? I just don't know. All right, man. Then we had Tony D'Angelo family meeting. It gets a thumbs up. They was talking about the trophy and how they were gonna beat the no quarter catch crew at their own game. Thumbs up. But yeah, definitely a thumbs up to Tony D'Angelo's family in that little segment that they had. All right, Braden says Josh Alexander is one of the best wrestlers in the world right now. In my opinion, he is so talented. Yeah, he's really good. I don't really see a lot of flaws in Josh Alexander's game. But, as far as him being over there in TNA, I think he needs more competition when it boils down to it. And, Mike Bailey, too. A lot of those guys over there, man, needs the competition. But you know what? If they do do that thing with NXT, and what was the guy, man, that Chris can't stand, man? Started with a B. I forgot his name. I can't even think of his name right now. But yeah, Chris would just freak out over that, Braden. 100%, man. 100%. All right, guys, let me check something. Now. Okay. I need to do a little something here. All right. Let's see. All right. Have a little patience with me here. All right, I need to share that. I needed to share something over on my Facebook page. Let's get back to the show here. Finish up everything that we got. Oh yeah, Braden, it's Moose, not Boost. I was thinking. Let's get back to the show here. All right, yeah, it's Moose, not. I was thinking with a B. I was like Boost. Yeah, it's Moose, but yeah, Chris can't stand Moose. We all know that. That's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, Moose is not bad at all. Moose is a pretty good wrestler. I don't know what to say about that with Chris. But yeah, Chris is not giving that guy a chance, and he only seen him wrestle one time, I think, and made his decision up off of one match, and that's crazy. That's crazy. You cannot judge somebody off of one match. Yeah, Brayton said, yeah, he's not too bad. Not my favorite, but still good. Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, he's definitely not my favorite. I don't really even think I like him that much at all. But he's not bad, man. He's not bad at all. And I told Chris, man, that dude is not that bad. But yeah, Chris like, man, this guy's horrible. But yeah, he's definitely not that bad. All right, next we had Kalani Jordan versus Rhea Sinclair, man. Rhea Sinclair, man, woo. Nice looking one, nice looking girl. Kalani Jordan is too. Was a good match. You know, it was a good match, but I have to only give it 1.5 stars because it was so short. Kalani Jordan got the win. Man, Fallon Henry gets a thumbs up for being at the commentator's desk. She did pretty good over there at the commentator's desk, and man, she really didn't get involved after the match. You know, not as I can remember. Now, Braden, you might remember something a little different. But yeah, I did like that match between Kalani Jordan and Rhea Sinclair. Both of them have plenty of talent. It seemed like they was pretty much filling each other out during that match, though, a little bit. But yeah, both of them good-looking females, and man, hey, a bright future to both of them, I think, especially Kalani. But Ren has a lot of talent too. She just gotta just make sure she keeps herself in shape because you know, hey, she's got some thickness to her. Yeah, Braden says I knew Kalani would win. I thought so too, Jordan. I mean, not Jordan, but Braden. Why in the world I'm calling you Jordan? Because I just now looked at Jordan Grace's name on my phone. Sorry about that, Braden. All right. Stevie's segment with Ava interrupted by Jordan Grace gets a thumbs up. Glad Jordan is getting her shot in WWE. I'm just, you know, hey, I'm just man, I'm just not into just promos from her. I want to see her in the ring. So, hey, I think that right there is going to be pretty special when she's able to get into the ring and show her stuff. I mean, and she did what she's on. She was on a Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I think that was her first inroads to WWE, and she got into the ring. But now, hey, we probably, you know, I think we're gonna see her soon. I think, yeah, she'll be wrestling next week, won't she? I think her and Stevie or whatever. So, hey, look forward to seeing that. All right, man. Wes Lee's interview segment interrupted by Obafemi gets a thumbs up. No doubt about that. Braden said, yeah, I'm excited to see her get in the ring next week. Okay, cool, Braden. But yeah, Wesley interview segment interrupted by Obafemi gets a thumbs up. Man, Wesley, look, it seemed like that young man always saying the right things. Always saying the right things, even though I don't think he's dynamic on the mic or anything like that, but he's definitely engaging. So I look forward to his I look forward to his run and him getting back into getting back. He's already in title contention. He's already, he's already there. But man, I look forward to, him in that 6-man match or whatever match is going to be, not 6-way, 3-way match, whatever match is going to be to try to win that title back. Even though Obafemi is a big guy, man, it's just Wes Lee. He's something special, incredible athlete. And hey, I wouldn't be surprised if he walks away with that championship straight up. But that Obafemi is just a huge dude, man. He's huge. But when it boils down to it, that's all he's really got. I hate to say it. I'm not saying that he's bad. He's definitely better than Omos. But man, I just don't know. And I told Chris, I said, look, if you like Obafemi, you should like Moose. When it boils down to it, because they basically the same guy, but Moose got more talent, and that's basically because he's been in the ring a lot longer, but Moose has more talent than Obafemi. So, all right. So if you like Obafemi, you should like Moose. All right. Next, we had Gallus versus Trick Williams and Javon Evans. This right here was the main event. And man, I thought this was pretty good. I gave it 3.5 stars. When you throw in Lash Legend, Sexy Red, and an attack by Ethan Page, should be something special brewing there, guys. Now, all right, Braden says he's just not as good as people are hyping him up to be. Yes, sir. Yes, Braden. No ins, ands, buts about it. That's what I don't care about there. And you know what? I can't really sit here and say it's his fault. I know sometimes we get into things like that. We look at a wrestler, and because they're not as good, and fans are hyping them up. It's kind of like the Liv Morgan effect there. It's kind of like her. You get into a point where I'm like, okay, I really don't like her, but when it boils down to it, it's the fans that's hyping her up, and the person who decided to put the title on her. But the same thing with Obafemi. They decided to put the title on him, and the fans were really hyping him up like he's all that, man. But he's not all that at all. But yeah, I can see, man, it's going to be hard to beat him, but I can see him losing that title within the next 3 or 4 months. At least I'm hoping that he loses the title in the next 3 to 4 months. But hey, that'll be a pretty decent run for him if he holds it for another 4 months. All right, so Gallus versus Trick Williams and Javon Evans. It gets, like I said, got 3.5 stars when you throw in Lash Legend, and Lash Legend looked pretty good. Hey, even though Chris always says strong face lady, or whatever, she still looked pretty good, man. When it boils down to it, she looked pretty good Tuesday night. All right, Brayden says the main event match itself was the greatest in ring, but wasn't the greatest in ring. Was the greatest in ring, but I think you're saying wasn't. But when you add the attack and return of Ethan Page plus Lash, that was amazing. Exactly. And look, I only gave it 3.5 stars, but I'm with you on that, Brayden. I think it was amazing. But at the end of that match between Gallus and Trick Williams and Javon Evans, I only had it at 2.2, and then I just jumped it up to 3.5 stars as soon as everything happened. Even Sexy Red during that segment, during that match, after the match, she even came off pretty good. Now, I couldn't stand her through the whole night. I enjoyed it at the end there, Lash coming out, and Lash, and those two pretty much gave each other a 5, pretty much dapped each other out. I did like that, and like I said, man, look, Lash looked good. I meant to say wasn't the greatest in ring. Yeah, I thought that's what you're saying, Brayden. But Lash did look good, and hey, she definitely fits with Trick Williams. Too big of a female for me, really, when it boils down to it. But she fits with Trick, and yeah, she's not a bad looking woman at all. So hey, no hate on Trick, because when it boils down to it, we all know that Trick can get somebody. He can get top choice when it comes down to it. But yeah, I think those two work well together as far as a relationship go, or the in-ring chemistry that those two have. So yeah, got to throw in Sexy Red, and the attack by Ethan Page. The lights went off. The attack by Ethan Page was very, very shocking. Even though I knew it was coming, it still was shocking. And I think Ethan Page is a huge talent. I thought Ethan Page should have been one of the top 3 guys over there in AEW. Hated the way he was being used. And I'm like, Tony Khan, you're making a mistake. And now we got Ethan Page over here at NXT, man. So he'll probably move up on a WWE card sometime soon in the very near future. So definitely look out for that. But man, yeah, I was real shocked at the way it ended. So yeah, 3-5 on that segment, guys. But yeah, it was a very good night of wrestling for NXT. I'm gonna go ahead and give it 3.5 stars. It could be 4 stars, but you had some segments that was cut short. See, that's the whole thing about it. You having a great night of wrestling. It was a great night of wrestling, but you had a lot of short matches and things like that. So basically, I'm gonna go and say 3.5 stars, but I'm gonna give that a low B. I'm gonna get it a B minus. Now let me go ahead and I'm gonna go with 4 stars, man. A slight 4 stars, 4 stars on the cusp. So that's a B minus. I'm giving it. But man, it was a great night of wrestling Tuesday night for NXT. Man, I have nothing bad to say about Tuesday night. Like I said, it was one. I think only thing I really didn't get into was that. What was that? I couldn't get into Eddie Thorpe. Eddie Thorpe's, his little promo, his little segment, or whatever, that vignette or whatever that they gave him. It was not that good. It just wasn't. And it doesn't, I don't see that convincing anybody to come over there and watch when it boils down to it. And that's just the truth of the matter, man. It really is. All right. But yeah, so that's NXT, man. That's NXT. That's done. So hey, let me go ahead and talk about a few other things. Like I said, man, it was a very busy week for me. Just man, tired when it boils down to it. Tired this week. But we had a lot of great things happen here in the upstate of South Carolina, man, where I'm from. And as far as indie wrestling, a lot of big things. Hey, man, I had a huge interview last weekend. Chris and I did a huge interview with a wrestler, Nick Fury here, and I mean, we got a lot of backlash for that, but that's okay, man. And the reason we did, hey, we just straight up wrestling show. Hey, we're gonna give it to you the way it is, and and that's the way we did it, and we getting some backlash off that, but that's okay too. Hey, no, and even the bad publicity is not bad. It's not bad publicity. It's good good publicity, good publicity because people are out here talking about you straight up, man. And, hey, and I'm gonna soak it in. All right, but man, so yeah, NXT's been taken care of. SmackDown, I did not watch that. I started watching SmackDown, but hey, basically I just fell out for just probably about 5 or 10 minutes, and I woke back up, and then I had other things to do, so I let SmackDown go. But I'm gonna watch SmackDown tomorrow, and I'm gonna talk about SmackDown before Raw comes in, man. Before Raw comes on, definitely gonna talk about that. I did see. Let's see. I think I saw. Yeah. So me and Chris, what did we do? We did Monday Night Raw this week, and I did do AEW. AEW, and AEW done a lot better. Even the show was better than it's been. But hey, Braden, you was there too, man, when I was watching NXT anyway. And the prediction that I had, I said they would do anywhere between 50 and 60,000 more than what they've been doing. Basically, was true. Let's see, because they went from 713 to I think like 773 or whatever, 770 something. So they did do like 60,000, just like I was thinking. But still, I'm sticking to my prediction that they're gonna do that maybe probably 6 weeks, probably about 5 or 6 weeks, and then basically it's gonna fall off. I don't think they're gonna sustain it for 2 months. It depends on what MJF, the world champion, does, man. It really does. If MJF is going to be a fighting champion, he's going to be one of these guys that's going to show his face, then everything's going to happen for them. But if MJF comes back and do exactly what he was doing before he left this last time, he was injured. I understand that. But if he comes back like that and he's not defending that title, well, he don't have a title no more. But if he's not wrestling, then they're going to go back. They're going to go back to being the same AEW, if you ask me. And even if he's wrestling, I don't think that's going to make a huge difference, man, when it boils down to it. I just really don't. Man, look, I don't know. I just really don't know. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get my face on here for a minute. All right, just give me just a moment. All right. But yeah, guys, yeah, I'm just just here a little talking just a little while. But man, yeah, anybody's out there, whatever you want to talk about, man, let me know. I'm gonna be on here for just a little while. I got on a shirt, man, basically time to go to bed and just a little bit. But yeah, I'm just on here, late night doing some late night stuff. But yeah, everything's cool, man. Everything's cool. Man, let me turn around a little bit. I'm turn my camera around a little bit. Yeah, I kind of like it better that way. But man, yeah. So, wow, dude, wow, man. But yeah, it's been a great week in, like I say, a great week in wrestling. And hey, I'm looking forward to seeing, as far as wrestling go, how everybody is used going forward. One thing about wrestling right now, I am seeing plenty of tournaments, man. There's so many different tournaments that's out here in AEW, well, WWE. AEW putting on a lot of different tournaments, for this title, that title. And you have a lot of that in indie wrestling too. When it boils down to it, and the indies, man, they follow what's going on in the big shows. They follow what's going on in WWE. They follow what's going on in AEW. And so there's a lot of stuff going on out here. And then when it boils down to it, you give people too much of that kind of stuff, it basically, it just throws everybody off. And you're just basically in a whirlwind. You're in a whirlwind and you're like, wow, man, can he give me a finish? Can he give me a finish? When I'm talking about a finish, I'm talking about give me a finished story, man. Give me a complete story. Give me a complete story. I don't want you to get into a story and you can't finish it. And one example, let me go and use LA Knight. Somebody, you guys who watch the Straight Up Wrestling Show, a lot of you guys know, hey, I'm not a LA Knight fan, not by any means that I'm a LA Knight fan. But man, this man is not going to he's not going to be able to complete his story. Straight up, straight up. And when I'm talking about a story, he was building something special for himself. I'm talking about a storyline within himself. And when you look at a storyline within somebody's self, somebody's whole personal, their persona, how they perceived to the wrestling community. You look at, I got to go back to somebody like Chief Wahoo Daniel. That's who he was. He was the chief. He was the old Indian, tough, rugged. That's what he was, his whole persona, and he built that. He built on top of that. And he had promoters that he worked for that he could trust that continued to build on that. Same thing with the Nature Boy Ric Flair until Jim Herd, the Pizza Man, came in with WCW. I mean, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, that was a gimmick, a persona that worked for him for a lot of years, and he was able to build on that. And the company that he worked for, the company Jim Crockett Promotions, the early WCW, when he was over in the AWA, when anytime he went over there, even when he up to the WWE, they built on that. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, a finish. You look at LA Knight. LA Knight built, he came up with something that was very popular. Everybody's into LA Knight, bouncing with LA Knight, man, and vibing with him. They vibing with LA Knight, but LA Knight is not finishing. LA Knight should be a top star. LA Knight should be the United States champion. He should be the guy who takes the belt off of Logan Paul, man. It'd be better for him to have that title. Straight up. Give that title to, LA Knight. Give him a shot to go after that title, man. I definitely think he can win it, and the people will get behind him straight up. And like I said, I don't care for LA Knight at all, but it will be better to put that title on LA Knight than to have it over there on Logan Paul, man. And that's what I'm talking about, man. Do not mess up these guys. Do not mess them up. Because when it boils down to it, this might be LA Knight's last chance. I don't think he can go and reinvent himself to something else that people really going to get into. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe he has a vast array, or they have something really in the works for him. I have no clue. All right, man. Sami Zayn. Let's talk about Sami Zayn since he had the Intercontinental Championship. Haven't had it that long, so I'm not really going to dog him out for that. But wow, man, wow. Do you think that title's being devalued, being on Sami Zayn? Hey, man, hey, love Sami. I'm not going to sit here and say I don't like Sami. I do like Sami Zayn. But when it boils down to it, hey, it does not seem like the same title. It's not the title that Gunther had. It's not the title that Gunther took, man, took out of this universe. He basically raised that thing to the level where you could call that a world championship when it boils down to it. I mean, Gunther was just, man, he was phenomenal. And his title defenses, you can't argue against it because he went against anybody and everybody. And, he gave his all. He was a fantastic champion. But hey, where does Gunther go from here? It look like Gunther's going to be going at Damian Priest. And a lot of other people want to go at Damian Priest. But I think he will overcome Damian Priest if that breaks down, if that happens. Now, as far as Damian Priest, let's look at Damian Priest, man. Damian Priest, a lot of people like, man, they dogging Damian out, to tell you the truth. He's really getting worked over. But hey, Damian, does he deserve that title? I think he deserves it. I just don't know. I really don't know. They making him look like a real tough guy. He's taking care of his guys anytime they go in and mess up, do something that he don't like, and he's taking care of the opponents of those guys or whatever. He goes in there and say, "This how you do that. This how you do that. This how you take somebody out. This how you really whoop up on a man." He goes in and he shows that. Damian Priest, hey, he's something special. But Damian Priest, if they don't get him in a situation, they don't get this thing organized, then I can see that belt coming off of him very quick, straight up. All right, Charity says he's still here. Okay, I'm still here. All right, Charity, glad that you're still here with us. All right, Grandma Daisy says hello. Hey, Grandma Daisy, how are you? How are you doing? Glad to see you tonight. Glad that you came in, rocking with the Straight Up Wrestling family. No ends, ands, or buts about that. All right. But yeah, Damian deserves a little bit more, man, when it boils down to it. You have to put Damian in a better situation. You really do. Now, I do like seeing, AJ Styles. AJ Styles, man, love AJ Styles. But AJ Styles was on the podcast last night, and he talking about that. They talking about AJ Styles and wondering where AJ Styles should be. Now, as far as AJ Styles, AJ Styles, very talented. My whole thing with AJ Styles, you definitely can have him go for that U.S. title or even an Intercontinental Championship. But the whole thing about AJ Styles, you've got to put him on a winning streak, man. You got to put him on a winning streak, and I'm talking about like a 12 to 13 week winning streak. Just going out there dominating people for 12, 13 weeks. Some prominent names, throwing a few prominent names there, but knock out these guys that, some of these NXT guys, maybe, some jobbers or whatever, but make it a decent time limit as far as matches go. But let AJ show all his stuff. You can build him back up, as a formidable champion. Look at his body, man. What he done to his body. He went out and he worked hard. Man, can the WWE work hard for him? Work hard for him and put him in a situation to where he can win, maybe the Intercontinental Championship. If not that, hey, the U.S. Championship. But I'd rather see LA Knight get that. But I'm telling you like this, man, he is phenomenal, and you got to use that. You got to build off the momentum that he has brought into the ring, man, straight up. And hey, Cody Rhodes, I think they're doing a brilliant job with Cody Rhodes, even though a lot of people out here don't think that. And there's a lot of people out here who would like to see Cody Rhodes as a heel, but not me. I'm not one of those people. Cody Rhodes is perfect where he is and what he's doing, man. He is a great competitor out here. So big ups to Cody, man. Big ups to Cody and what they're doing with Cody. I like that. So I definitely got to commend the WWE for what they're doing, man. Triple H and everybody else that's involved. Cody looks good. Cody looks great as a champion. Yeah, a lot of kids like him, but I think a lot of families out here like him too. He is getting to a point, even though he comes out in 3-piece suits and things like that. But hey, Cody is it seems like he's one of these guys that's for the working man. So hey, man, Cody Rhodes is all that in my book, if you ask me. And a lot of people see him losing that belt at WrestleMania next week. I mean, not next week, but next year. But I don't see that happening unless Rock comes back and confronts him and wrestles him at WrestleMania. I can see Cody holding that title maybe for 2 years, unless he really falls off with the fans, guys. But people want him to turn heel. Cody needs to stick to his guns, stay exactly like he is now, and continue to wrestle through. Be like your dad, man. Be like your dad. A lot of people wanted him to turn heel too. But your dad was a heel when he started off his career he was with the Outlaws with Dirty Dick Murdoch, and he was the Outlaws for a long time before Dusty decided to turn face. And I think Ernie Ladd had something to do with that. I'm not sure, but yeah, Dusty turned face. Great face. And yes, so I think Cody Rhodes need to stick in there where his father, the way his father stuck that out, and do his best in the ring with everything that he has, man. Because he's great inside that ring, no doubt about that. All right, Charity says, "Hi, Grandma Daisy." All right, Charity, appreciate you speaking to Grandma Daisy. But man, yeah, a lot of great things happening. And over in AEW, hey man, where do you start when it boils down to it? Where do you start? I just don't know. As far as now, you got MJF back in. Where do you start with MJF? How do you pretty much put him back out here to where the fans are gonna embrace? The fans are embracing him. They did. I will say that as far as at the pay-per-view. But are you going to give the fans something to invest in when it comes to Cody Rhodes? Not Cody Rhodes, but MJF. I'm talking about something to invest in. Give him a storyline, man, that's going to work for him. And make him look good. He doesn't have to beat everybody in the promotion. Doesn't have to beat everybody up in the promotion at first. But, you just want to get him in here and pretty much take on the best competition that they have there and let him build his way through that. Just like I said about AJ Styles, but even longer for MJF. MJF, he's a young guy. No need to rush him to the title. You can give that to him in about 4 to 5 months. But, man, come out here and show the world what MJF has. And let the world see exactly what you saw in him, Tony Khan. and every other official out there in the WWE. Man, bring this kid up and let him do his thing, man. Straight up, straight up. But hey, guys, man, I am getting flipping tired here. But it's been great, man. It's been a great night. But I appreciate everybody coming on. My man, Charity Kind Master CXX 2024 came in rocking with me tonight. Grandma Daisy come in rocking with me tonight. My man, of course, my man Braden is in the house rocking with me tonight. Let me see, do we got anybody else in here? I'm not sure. All right, JL is in the house. My man Black Rain. Yeah, JL. Ethan Page is a superstar. There's no ends and buts about it, and nobody can deny that, man. Anybody say that Ethan Page is not a superstar is flat out crazy. And what am I doing here, man? I'm just tripping, man. I am tripping. I'm thinking I'm on my, I'm on my laptop. Not my laptop, but I'm on my iPad, but I have it sitting on top of the laptop. So I'm sitting there trying to change it with the buttons and everything on the laptop. That's just not working, man. Straight up. All right, JL Zane smoked Wilder. Yes, he did. Yes, he did, man. Wilder just don't have it no more, JL. You can tell in his eyes, man. You tell in his eyes when the whole match was going on. I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is not good. This is not good. When you lose that air of invincibility, and his invincibility was in his hand, was in his fist. When somebody you start figuring out all these fighters out here, a lot of these fighters can take out, pretty much can take your punch, and that was your golden weapon. Man, it changes. It will change you mentally. It will, and you start thinking every time you get into a fight, you know that you can probably beat a certain person. But every time, it doesn't matter. You get into that fight, you're scared. You thinking that person can beat you every time. Believe me, I don't went through that, man. I don't went through that. Wasn't getting knocked out or anything, But man, I've been through that where somebody got in there and pretty much worked me over a little bit, and that happened to you a couple times. You start doubting yourself. And then you end up fighting people that can't beat you, don't supposed to beat you, and you end up losing. That's how it happens. But you have to have somebody who can get you back, turn that clock back, or somebody who can get you back into that mentality of, hey, I'm going to win some and I'm going to lose some, but hey, I'm going to win more than I lose. And I'm going to go in here and I still can fight, and I don't have to worry about the other guy. But yeah, you could tell that he was worried every time Zane hit him, man. He just freaking out, and he wasn't throwing any punches at Zane with any conviction. No ends and buts about it. JL says Wilder is cooked. Yes, sir. JL says Tyson is shook up from Jake. He's ducking him. Nah, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. All right. JL says Wilder went to the corner and got slumped. Yep. That Fury loss broke him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I would have stopped after the second fight. The first fight, they declared it a draw, but Fury won that fight. The second fight, I was like, this man shouldn't get in the ring anymore. He really got worked over in that fight. But in the third fight, he came and showed a lot of heart and was just battling, man. He was battling. He stayed up, so I give him credit for that. But, yeah, that third fight took a lot out of him, and Fury, too. Fury survived it a little bit better. He just ran into, a great doggone fighter, man, a great Ukrainian that could pretty much fight straight up. And, man, I'm thinking the next go round with Anthony Joshua is not going to be as easy as it was last time. Well, it really wasn't easy the last time that those two hooked up. All right, JL, when you rely on power punches and taking a shot to land your own is a recipe for disaster. When you get older, you can't rely on your physical attributes. That's exactly right. That's exactly right, JL. And the whole thing about it is this. What I have against Deontay Wilder, Deontay Wilder never really learned his craft. He didn't really learn how to box. And that's the problem I have with him. And now he's trying to box. He's trying to throw the jab to keep people off and things like that. But he never did. He never perfected it where he can orchestrate that thing in the ring as a solution. So, hey, it is what it is. Done caught up with it, man. Straight up. JL, relying on your chin or toughness will result in you being nervous, getting clipped. Yes, sir. JL says, I heard Rebecca Quinn is going to AEW. Okay. Wow. I like Rebecca Quinn. Okay, cool. JL Parker might be fighting Wilder in the meantime. Okay. Man, Parker gonna kill him if Wilder fight again. Wilder's talking about retiring. Hopefully he retires, man. All right, JL, Joshua should not be fighting for gold. Usyk beat him twice. That's true. That's true. But that's okay, JL. That's boxing. That's just boxing, man. Hey. And, I had to give it to Anthony Joshua. It seemed like he was through a couple years ago, year and a half ago. But Anthony Joshua has fought his way back. So I got to give him credit for that, man. And that's the whole thing that I'm saying, too, about, you look at somebody like AJ, who's lost a lot of wrestling matches. He really has lost a lot. And they continue to put him out there as this main event guy. But AJ Styles, they need to put him on a winning streak, man. No doubt about it. JL says Joshua has a glass chin. JL, I'm not really going to say that. The guy has heart. I've seen him get hit with big shots before, didn't go down, or he went down and got back up. I can't say he has a glass chin. But now he pretty much his chin has been exposed. Let's just put it that way. It's been exposed. It's weakened. Once a man gets knocked out, man, a lot of times he's never the same. Some boxers are the same after they get knocked out. They can come back. They battling, and you still have a hard time to take them out. Man. It's still hard to knock them down. But some of these guys out there, they get knocked out one time, man. That's it. They can't sustain. Straight up. All right. JL says Fury beats Joshua easily. Easy. Yeah, he did beat him easy. But the third fight, even though he beat him easy, the third fight, Deontay Wilder fought back. He fought hard. JL, if Joshua wasn't born British, nobody would care. Well, you're probably right. You're probably right. He was an American fighter. Yeah, I don't think so because there's so many people, so many heavyweights that came from America. Yeah, I don't think the people will care about him like that. JL, so it looks like Mr. 45 got found responsible for hush money. Well, JL, hey, that's a whole nother conversation, man. It really is. As far as those politics there, I don't know. I'm sure that's going to be repealed, and we'll see what happens. That's going to be repealed, and it's gonna make it to the Supreme Court. I don't know if it's going to make it to the Supreme Court before the election, but probably will. When it boils down to it, a lot of people don't think it's going to make it to the Supreme Court, but I think after the appellate court, and that's in New York. Now, all of them are Democrats. They probably going to send it back down and say and keep the guilty verdict. But once that happens, then Trump's lawyers are going to send it up to the Supreme Court. And I guarantee you, JL, they will fast track that thing. The Supreme Court, as soon as they get it, they'll fast track that. And so we'll see how it comes out. All right, JL says, quite the drama show. There's no doubt about that, JL. The whole country is up in arms over that. And I think Trump got banned from like 40 countries or whatever, man. But it's crazy. Is it New York? JL says, is it New York City his base? That's where he made his name. Yes, he did. But New York City is Democratic. It's blue. Trump, he lives in Florida, though. So, but yeah, his hotels there and everything like that. But, man, yeah, he's from there. But, no, that's a Democratic city, Democratic stronghold. Big time. But look like Trump is making some leeway up there, man. And no Democrat hadn't done that. A Republican haven't done that in a long time. JL, he was at the UFC event last night. Yes, he was. Got a big ovation too. As far as what's his name? Joe Rogan. They say he was surprised, but yeah, got a huge ovation. It was in Jersey and the crowd cheering him. Yeah. In Jersey, like I say, Jersey too. That's another place. It's his base. He's from that area, but man, yeah, for the most part, those people was hating Trump for a long time. So I don't know, but people are looking for change, man. They really are. I really can't say either way, but people are looking for change. But we'll see what comes up, man, when it boils down to it. Trump, yeah, they you can have some people on that other side of the aisle don't want him to get another trial or whatever, and they calling him guilty, they calling him a convicted felon or whatever. But hey, a lot of things didn't look good. Just put it that way. Man, hey, I don't have no horse in it. I have no horse in the fight right now. I really don't. Yeah, I just hope everything comes out fair, straight up. All right, man. But hey, I'm done with that, JL. I'm done with that. But yeah, wrestling. Hopefully, man, this week we got Monday Night Raw. Me and Chris will be here to do Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. Then we will be here to do Tuesday night. We would NXT Tuesday night. We'll be together for that, and Wednesday night. Hopefully, Chris will do that Wednesday night. If he doesn't do it Wednesday night, I will be doing Dynamite and rolling over to Thursday. I might do TNA. I wanted to do that. I definitely wanted to do that this past week, but I had so much to do. I'm like, I got to get out there and cut that grass, man. I really do. But hopefully I'll be doing that, and I'm gonna probably hit some video segments about a lot of different wrestlers. I'm gonna start doing that. But there's a lot more things that I want to do here on the Straight Up Wrestling Show. JL says, is Cody fighting at Money in the Bank? I'm not sure. JL, I am not sure if that's gonna happen or not. Straight up, man, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, bro. If Cody's gonna wrestle at Money in the Bank, man, I don't know. That's one thing. I'm just like, I can't even keep up with it anymore, JL. It's hard for me to keep up with so many different things because, if it ain't some kind of specialty match goes on, it's a Money in the Bank happening. It's a tournament. It's a battleground happening. Every time I turn around, it's something out here happening, man. It's like they got to throw so much glitz and glamour into the production, overall production, and they got to confuse you. They got to keep it going. And they got to, pretty much confuse your mind. Your mind be all over the place. So you can't see the mistakes that both of the companies making. Both of the companies making a lot of mistakes, not just AEW. I know a lot of us want to look and say AEW is making all these mistakes, but hey, WWE is making mistakes too, man. They're making a lot of different mistakes. And like I said, they got us all over the place. Not saying the company's not better, with Triple H running it. I think he's doing a good job. And it did become stale with the old man. I ain't gonna call him old man, but yeah, I'll take that back. But it became stale with Vince McMahon. He had been running it for a long time, and he maybe got out of touch a little bit, but I still think he's got a brilliant mind when it boils down to it. Man, who knows? Who knows how everything is gonna go down? But that's one thing I'm tired of in wrestling. I've gotten sick of every time I turn around, there's some kind of tournament going on or some kind of a big, huge pay-per-view announcement or a premium event announcement. It goes over and over again. It takes away from the essence of professional wrestling, in my opinion, because you just do not concentrate on what's important. All right, JL says, all right, good night, bro. Yeah, you have a great night too, JL. But yeah, I'm about to get off here in just a little bit too, guys. But yeah, JL, have a great night. But man, hey, if you on here with the Straight Up Wrestling Show, hey, you know what to do, man. Hey, if you on Facebook, hit that like, share, join. You here on YouTube, man, hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, ding, 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 so you know we're on like times like these. Over on Twitch, when you see us on Twitch, hit that like, share, tweet. Do the same. You see us on Twitch, you do the same thing. Same thing that you do here on YouTube. And if you see us on X, formerly known as Twitter, hit that like, share, tweet, and retweet. And follow the Straight Up Wrestling Show over on X, formerly known as Twitter. Straight up, guys. Straight up. That's what we like to see. That's what me and Chris want. Guys, let's continue to build this community, man. Straight up. Let's continue to do it. Let's continue to knock it out the box, man. Knock it out of the ballpark. But wow, man. Wow. A lot of great things. Like I say, a lot of great things happening, just happened this past week, and a lot of great things coming up. So we'll see how everything plays out. But man, I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, what are they gonna do as far as these female wrestling, female champions over in WWE on both brands, SmackDown and over on WWE Raw? It seems to me that we at a standstill again with those, with both of those titles. I don't really see these women defending their titles a lot. I mean, I know Bayley. Bayley just won her title, and who else? Liv Morgan just took the belt off of Becky Lynch. But when it boils down to it, it seemed like there's no immediate plans for neither one of these two, to tell you the truth, besides old rehashed stories. That's what they pretty much trying to rely on as far as the women's, with these women's titles. But we'll see. I think Liv's is the most fresh. Mercedes, not Mercedes. Why in the world I'm talking about Mercedes? Mercedes Moné over there in AEW. But goodness sake, man. Goodness sake. Yeah, EO Sky lost it to Bailey. But yeah, we'll see what in the world they do with her. But yeah, guys, I am getting tired. So man, basically I'm about to get on out of here. But hey, man, I tell you what, let everybody know, man, about the Straight Up Wrestling Show, man. Hey, call somebody, tell somebody. Hey, that Harry and Chris out here doing their thing, man. And hey, we would love for you to come out here, be part of the family, man. Be part of the family. We always come and we rock it out. And JL, you know, Charity knows. Let's see who else been in here. Black Rain 7920 came through tonight. Let's see who else come through here. All right, Grandma Daisy come through. Braden come through tonight. Let's see. But each and every one of you know that, hey, we shout out all our fans, our friends here on the Straight Up Wrestling Show. Hey, man, we will not miss you. Stay straight up. Peace. We will not miss you. We won't miss saying your name or saying your comments. So I just want to make sure we get everything right there. And I'm doing this again, man. I'm pretty much rubbing. I'm right here. My tablet is right. My iPad is right up under my tablet. So I'm trying to write with this, but can't do that. But it's everything's up here. I got to do it by, my finger and everything. But hey, you guys have a great night. Talk to you guys later. Stay straight up. Peace.